Hey everyone, thanks for jumping on. My name is Jackson Bluebolts. I own Elevated Insurance and I always encourage everyone to insure differently. So what does that mean? Part of that means understanding the type of coverage that you have, understanding what this does for you if you actually have to use your insurance, and trusting that the person that you bought it from is going to be there to help out. So what I wanted to do today is talk about definition. No, not that type of definition. This type of definition. So getting into insurance, where I want to start is liability. And what that means is if you're driving in your car and something happens where people get hurt, there's a lot of losses and there's a lawsuit involved. Okay, so what happens? With liability coverage, you and your broker on the front end decide how much liability coverage you want in case there ever is a lawsuit. I always recommend the level of 250, 500. We can talk about that once we're person to person. But making sure that if something happens, you're protected via your insurance and you're not having to move or put a mortgage on your house to pay for those types of losses. The second part of liability is underinsured and uninsured. Yes, believe it or not, people drive with terrible insurance. People drive without insurance. So if you're hit by one of them, they're not going to have the coverage to back up the damages that they create. So that's why I only work with carriers who build really strong uninsured and underinsured liability language into their policies. So if you are a client of mine, rest assured that if you get hit with someone who doesn't have the right coverage, we got your back. Moving into really what people probably think about when they think about auto insurance, and that's the physical damage. There's a couple different types here. The first is comprehensive. So that's if a tree falls on your vehicle, if you hit an animal. That is where your comprehensive coverage is going to act. That is different from the collision coverage that you have. And that's what we all think about. Hey, we get in a smash up. What happens next? So no matter what, if it's your collision or your comprehensive that's acting, there's going to be a deductible tied to that. How that works is the deductible is, this is the price to get in the game. You and your agent should have had a good conversation about how much you'd be willing to pay if you were in an accident to get everything back. And they work together where the higher the deductible, the lower the premium, and vice versa. And that's something I always walk through with my clients to make sure you have exactly what you need and what you want. We talk a lot about being intentional here at Elevated Insurance, and my goal is to set up solutions with my clients where they know what to expect if there's a claim and they have a fantastic client experience. There's things like roadside assistance. You're going to see this with most carriers where they'll help you jump your car in winter. They'll help you with a spare or get into your vehicle if you get locked out. Where the carriers that I've chosen to work with really differentiate themselves is areas like transportation expense. So essentially, if there's an accident and you can't drive your car, most carriers are going to say you owe us X amount for the tow, X amount for the rental. We'll cover some of it. I work with a company called Insurance. They're great because they cover the tow. They cover the rental car completely until you get your car back. The whole deal is if you got to talk to your insurance agent about a claim, your day's already not going very well. So it's my intention with my clients to make sure that y'all have exactly what you need and can get back to daily life as quickly as possible. Some other really nice perks I like to point out are the vanishing deductible. And that means that if you go 2, 3, 4 years without a claim, you should be rewarded. And I work with carriers that say, hey, you go a year without a claim, we'll drop that deductible we just talked about, $100. And they keep doing that for 5 years in a row. So some really great ways to incentivize those of you who are really good drivers. And finally, the rate lock. And I like this for my clients who are really planners. They want to have the same price every year. I'm actually able to lock you into your auto insurance price. And that way you can budget for the future. So people really like that. And that's something specific to Erie. I am the #1 Google rated Erie agent in this part of the state. So definitely, if that's something interesting, I'd love to have a conversation with you on it. Big takeaway is we all buy insurance. We all get a bill. But do you know what you're getting? And are you going to be happy when there is a claim? That's where I come in, where I can provide a fantastic insurance experience for my clients. If you have any questions on anything we talked about, or you or a friend needs a better insurance broker, please give me a call, text me, email me. It is one of my greatest passions to help people understand what they're buying, have them proud of the insurance agency that they work with, and have them really confident that if there is a claim, they're going to be taken care of. My name is Jackson Bluebolts. I own Elevated Insurance. I encourage everyone to insure differently, and have a great day. Cheers.